here we're going to look at another example of polynomial long division. So we're trying to divide 3x plus 1 into this whole equation. And if we remember our little steps, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. So you can keep track of which one we're on when we're working. So now I'm going to ask myself, so divide. We're always dividing just the one term because we're only looking at one term at a time. How many times does 3x go into 6x to the third? Well, that's a weird question to answer. So I'm going to say, what do I have to multiply by this to get this? Well, 3 times 2 would give me 6, and x times x squared would give me x to the third. So now I'm on multiply. Multiply this by my whole divisor. So 2 times 3 is 6, x squared times x is x to the third. If these don't match up, we kind of put the wrong thing up here, right? And then 2x squared times 1 is 2x squared. And so now we're on to subtract. I would say the biggest thing in subtract is make sure we're subtracting the whole thing. So I like to just distribute the minus right away and say it's minus this and minus this. And so 6x to the third minus 6x to the third cancels, which is good. We put the right thing up top. And negative 16 and negative 2x squared gives me negative 18x squared. So check to make sure that canceled, and now we're to bring down. So we can bring down the plus 6x. So now we're back to divide. So we just keep going until we either run out of things to bring down or it divides unevenly. So how many times does 3x go into negative 18x squared? Well, let's think, what do I have to multiply by it? So 3 times negative 6 would give me negative 18, and x times x would give me x squared. So now I'm to multiply, where I get to check and see if it actually works. So negative 6 times 3 is negative 18, and x times x is x squared. And then negative 6x times 1 is negative 6x. So now when we go to subtract, we got to remember we're subtracting the whole thing. So if I distribute a negative, notice how it'll make this one plus, and it'll make this one plus. Right there, it'll both end up being minus a negative. This is why it's way easier to just distribute that so I can combine them like addition. So these two cancel, and these two add to 12x. Check and make sure it canceled, and I can bring this 6 all the way down. So last division, how many times does 3x go into 12x? 4 times, and then 4 times 3x is 12x, and 4 times 1 is 4. And so now when I subtract, remember I'm subtracting the whole thing. So this is minus, and this is also minus. And so 12 minus 12 is 0, it cancels, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So now if I'm going to write my answer, my quotient is 2x squared minus 6x plus 4, and my remainder is 2.